Deep within a forest, untouched and vast, lived a young man named Adam. Towering trees, ancient and wise, stood guard, their leaves forming a canopy overhead. Sunlight dripped through, painting the forest floor in dappled light. This was Adam's home, a place of peace and quiet. Adam lived simply, his days spent exploring the familiar paths and hidden glades. He knew the language of the birds, the whisper of the wind through the leaves. But he was not alone. At his side always was Rico, his loyal wolf companion. Rico was more than just a pet. He was Adam's friend, his confidant, his protector. Together they were one with the forest, their lives intertwined with its rhythms and secrets. They were happy, content in their secluded world, unaware of the danger lurking just beyond their tranquil haven. Adam and Rico were inseparable. They explored the woods together, hunted together and shared quiet moments under the vast, starlit sky. Rico, with his keen senses and unwavering loyalty, was Adam's constant companion. Their bond was one of deep understanding and mutual respect. Adam trusted Rico implicitly, and the wolf, in turn, would lay down his life for his human friend. They communicated through subtle gestures, a shared glance, a gentle nudge. One sunny afternoon, they were practicing archery. Adam, with focused precision, aimed at a target painted on a tree trunk. Rico sat patiently, watching his every move. An arrow flew, piercing the very center of the target. Rico barked in approval, his tail wagging excitedly. Little did they know that their peaceful practice would soon be shattered, their bond put to the ultimate test. The forest, once their sanctuary, was about to become a hunting ground. The air, once light and carefree, grew heavy with a strange tension. The playful chirping of birds ceased, replaced by an unsettling silence. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath, the leaves hanging still and heavy in the oppressive atmosphere. Adam, ever attuned to the forest's moods, felt a prickle of unease crawl up his spine. He looked around, his eyes scanning the woods, but he saw nothing out of the ordinary. Rico, however, was restless. He paced back and forth, his ears pricked, a low growl rumbling in his chest. "What is it, boy?" Adam whispered, his hand resting reassuringly on Rico's thick fur. "What do you sense?" Rico whined, his eyes never leaving the dense undergrowth. The hair on his back stood on end, and a wave of primal fear washed over Adam. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. Their peaceful world was about to be shattered. The predator was near. A twig snapped. Adam whirled around, his heart pounding in his chest. There, emerging from the shadows, was a sight that sent a chill down his spine. A massive lion, its tawny coat blending seamlessly with the dappled sunlight, stood staring at them with cold, predatory eyes. The lion was a magnificent creature, its muscles rippling beneath its sleek fur. Its mane, a thick, dark halo, framed a face that radiated power and danger. Its gaze, fixed on Adam and Rico, was unwavering, filled with a hunger that made Adam's blood run cold. Time seemed to stand still. Adam's breath caught in his throat and he could hear the blood pounding in his ears. Rico let out a low growl, baring his teeth in a silent challenge. The lion shifted its weight, its tail twitching back and forth, a clear sign of its predatory intent. The chase was about to begin. Section 5. Flight through fear. The lion moved with astonishing speed, its powerful muscles propelling it forward with a grace that belied its size. One moment it was standing still, the next it was a blur of muscle and teeth hurtling towards them, a force of nature that seemed unstoppable. Adam reacted instinctively, grabbing his bow and arrow as he sprinted deeper into the woods, his mind racing with thoughts of survival. Rico was right beside him, his powerful legs carrying him over the uneven terrain with ease. His breath coming in steady, controlled bursts. They dodged between trees, their lungs burning, their hearts pounding in unison, each step a desperate bid for survival. The sound of the lion's heavy paws crashing through the undergrowth was terrifyingly close, a constant reminder of the danger they faced. Adam risked a glance over his shoulder, his eyes wide with fear and determination. The lion was gaining on them, its eyes narrowed, its jaws open in a silent snarl, a predator in its element. He urged Rico onward, his own fear forgotten in the desperate need to escape, his voice a steadying force in the chaos. They had to reach safety, had to outrun the relentless predator that stalked them, their lives hanging in the balance. The forest, once their sanctuary, had become a deadly obstacle course, each shadow a potential threat. Every twist and turn, every fallen log could be their last, the stakes higher than they had ever been. Ahead, Adam spotted a jumble of rocks, their rough surfaces offering a glimmer of hope amidst the relentless chase. "Rico, this way!" he shouted, his voice hoarse with exertion and desperation, echoing through the wilderness. The wolf, sensing his plan, veered sharply, following Adam's lead as they scrambled up the rocky slope, their movements synchronized in a desperate bid for survival. The lion, its momentum carrying it forward, was momentarily thwarted by the sudden change in terrain, its powerful strides faltering. It roared in frustration, its deafening sound echoing through the trees, a primal cry of anger and hunger. Adam and Rico didn't waste a moment, their hearts pounding as they climbed. They scrambled higher, using every nook and cranny to their advantage, their hands gripping the rough stone with determination. As if sensing their plight, the heavens opened, dark clouds gathering ominously above. A torrential downpour began, the rain coming down in sheets, turning the rocky surface slippery and treacherous, each step a challenge. The lion, its footing unsure, slid back, its claws scraping uselessly against the wet stone, its growls of frustration growing louder. The rain, a curse just moments ago, was now their salvation, a barrier between them and the predator. It slowed the lion's pursuit, giving Adam and Rico the precious time they needed to reach the top, their breaths ragged but filled with hope. Finally, they reached the summit. Adam collapsed on the rain-soaked ground, his chest heaving, his muscles screaming in protest. Rico, his sides panting, licked Adam's face in concern before collapsing beside him. From their vantage point, they could see the lion below, its tawny coat plastered to its body by the rain. It paced back and forth, its frustration evident in every movement, but it made no move to follow them. The rocky face was too steep, too treacherous, even for a creature as powerful as a lion. As the rain subsided and the sun broke through the clouds, a sense of relief washed over Adam. They had escaped. They were alive. He looked at Rico, his loyal companion, and felt a surge of gratitude. They had faced death together and emerged victorious, their bond strengthened by the shared danger. The forest, once a place of fear, was once again their haven. The lion, its moment of opportunity lost, let out a final frustrated roar before melting back into the shadows of the forest. It knew when it was beaten. The rain, the treacherous climb, and the unwavering bond between the boy and the wolf had all conspired against it. Adam watched as the lion disappeared, his heart still pounding in his chest. The adrenaline that had fueled their escape was slowly receding, leaving him weak and shaky. He leaned against Rico, drawing strength from the wolf's solid warmth. The forest, washed clean by the rain, seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. The birds resumed their cheerful songs, and the wind rustled gently through the leaves as if nothing had happened. But for Adam and Rico, the memory of the chase, the terror and the triumph would remain forever etched in their hearts. They had faced their fears and emerged stronger, their bond unbreakable. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the forest floor, the world seemed to hold its breath. Embracing the tranquility of the evening, Adam and Rico made their way back to their camp. They walked in comfortable silence, their steps lighter now, each footfall a testament to their resilience and newfound strength, their hearts filled with gratitude. The experience had changed them profoundly. They had looked into the face of death and emerged victorious, their spirits unbroken and their resolve stronger than ever, their friendship forged in the crucible of fear. They had learned that courage wasn't the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. They reached their camp as the first stars began to appear in the darkening sky. A celestial reminder of their journey, Adam built a fire. the flames casting a warm glow on their faces. Rico lay beside him, his head resting on his paws, the warmth of the fire a comforting presence, his eyes watching Adam with unwavering devotion. They were safe for now. But they knew that danger could lurk around any corner, a constant reminder of the world they lived in, and they were ready. They had each other, and that was all that mattered. They had courage, born of friendship and tested by fire, a bond that would not easily be broken, and they would face whatever the future held together. With hearts full of hope and eyes set on the horizon, they knew that no challenge was insurmountable as long as they stood side by side.